starting on stretched hair. You'll definitely want to detangle since we're braiding. I just use my fingers to detangle. Part your hair however you like. I'm doing a side part, and then bring it over towards the middle of the head to part it down the middle. And now we have a nice clean middle part. And that was hard, so I'm sweating now. Great. Okay, so twisting one half of your hair out of the way, I'm gonna grab some synthetic hair, Kanekalon, and we're gonna use this to make our braids extra long like Pocahontas. Like Pocahontas braids, if she was wearing braids. Snipping off that rubber band in the middle, I have 2 braids, so I split the hair into 2 halves. I'm gonna clip the hair in the middle to hold it in place, and we're gonna separate the hair into 3 sections to braid. Here's the first section. And I like to secure the hair on the bottom with ribbon ties so it's not flying all over the place while I braid. It just makes it easier. Now grab the next section and do the same thing, securing the hair on the bottom with a ribbon tie. And again to that third section. When you're done, you should have 3 even and secured sections ready to be braided. Cleaning up my edges and flyaways with edge controller all along the part. And we're gonna start braiding. I like to start by twisting the hair just because it's more gentle on the edges. So in the very front section, we're gonna twist a few times and then grab a third section and begin braiding. So I'm gonna do a Dutch braid where the sections are braided underneath each other rather than over. This way the braid pops off of my head rather than flat against it for a more apparent texture. So just continue adding small sections of hair from the top and the bottom as you braid down your head. And take your time, natural hair can be tough to braid. When you only have that small section of hair left to add, we're gonna start braiding in the synthetic hair for length. So grab your Kanekalon by the middle, place it underneath the braid and over that last small section of hair. And we're gonna do the lazy girl's trick and attach the hair near the roots with a bobby pin. You can remove it later, but this is just to keep it in place as you braid it in. And now we match up the sections, adding a synthetic hair to each section of your real hair. Now just continue braiding down, adding in that last section of hair at the bottom. So damn faded, we turn up right now. What you waiting for? The fellas in line. And you can see that those synthetic sections are a lot easier to handle when they've been secured at the bottom. When you've reached the ends of your natural hair, you want to make sure you blend it well so there's no ends sticking out. So as I braid each section in, I'm giving the section a twist first to tighten the hair together, and then I braid it in. And once you get past your natural hair, just braid like normal. Alright, so we've reached the bottom. Remove the ribbon ties, and we're gonna cut the hair to whatever length you want. The key to this is to make sure it's not a blunt cut. We need to cut different layers into the hair so that they'll stay in place without the help of heat. So here I'm kind of making a mess and just cutting in different layers. And as you can see here, I just keep braiding until I get to the very end and can't braid anymore. Boy, you got me. And that's it. Now you have a nice and tapered, realistic looking end. Alright, first one down, repeat the same process on the last one. Control the edges and all around the part. Going to twist the first section to be gentle on our edges, and then add in a third section of hair to start our Dutch braid. And then braid all the way down your head, adding in sections as you go. When I only have a bit of hair left to add, I'm gonna attach the synthetic hair, and I just decided to clip this time. So grab the synthetic hair and bobby pin it in place underneath the braid a la lazy girl method. Match the 3 sections of synthetic hair to the 3 sections of your real hair, and continue braiding down, adding in the last bit of hair at the bottom. And don't forget to twist your natural ends into the synthetic hair as you braid to make sure it doesn't show. When you reach the bottom, you want to make sure that the braids are the same length. And then we're going to go ahead and remove those ribbon ties and then chop into the ends, creating lots of layers. Braid down until you can't braid anymore. And that's it. Really natural looking, long Dutch braids. As long as you can braid, this style is super easy and perfect for these summer months. And most importantly, it looks like your natural hair. In fact, Felipe was worried that I was cutting my actual hair. No joke. Yeah, we're working on it. So I was inspired when Fandango asked me what my favorite movie was, and of course, some of you guys know it's Pocahontas. And even though she has long flowing hair in the animated movie, I feel like 2 braids would be a little bit more accurate. So yeah, I decided to do 2 long Dutch braids, and it's got me feeling very Pocahontas-y right now. If that is an adjective, I just made it up. Pocahontas-y. Put it in the books.
Check 1, 2. We're bringing the party to a town near you.
Alright guys, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you like the style, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I'm Whitney from Naptural85, and my favorite movie is Pocahontas. It's just a really beautiful message, and I really love the soundtrack. I can't really remember the first time I watched Pocahontas. My earliest memory was at my cousin's house when I was a young girl, and it was me and my sister and all my cousins just huddled around the television watching Pocahontas. And then I remember my cousin also had the CD, like the soundtrack CD, and so we were all excited about that. So we would play Colors of the Wind and just dance around the house, and yeah, that's my earliest memory of it. My favorite scene in the movie is definitely the Colors of the Wind montage. I mean, that's the most beautiful scene out of the whole movie. That's like my favorite part of the whole movie. I could watch it over and over again, and every time I watch it, I always start to cry. I don't even have to be watching the movie. If I hear the song, I start to cry. You can own the earth, and still, all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind. So beautiful. I just think that line just takes the entire movie because it just says so much, and it's just so beautiful. So every time I hear that line, or if I hear the song at all, I'll just start crying. It doesn't matter. I'm probably crying before that line comes on, but definitely when that part of the song comes on, you can expect some sort of tears. You can own the earth until all you'll own is earth wait, no. I think Pocahontas was the first ethnic Disney princess too. I'm pretty sure. I just remember it was just a really big deal when that movie came out. I know it's not the real story of Pocahontas, but it's just such a beautiful story of how to love nature and the world and not just look at it as something to conquer. I'm definitely a Pocahontas fan. It's a movie that I watch to this day, and I can just watch it over and over and over and over and over again. And yeah, it's just one of my favorites. It's a classic. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing a little bit about my all-time favorite movie. Check out Fandango Movie Clips, new series, I Love Movies, where some of your favorite celebrities talk about their favorite movies and their earliest childhood memories attached to them. It's a really beautiful series. You guys should definitely check it out. The link is gonna be in the description box. A huge thank you to Fandango Movie Clips for including me in this project, and I'll see you in the next one. My name is Whitney White, and I love movies too.